into the garden in early May. It is the 7th of May now, and spring is really late here. There's still a lot of snow in the garden, but luckily the garden beds have finally thawed, and it's quite warm today. Spring has been really late here. I was here the 1st of May, and it was snowing so hard, and even the days after that it's been snowing as well. And it's been pretty depressing, but now it seems like the snowing has finished, and the coming week will be very warm, and today is also quite warm. So I think spring is finally here. When we bought this cabin, the previous owner said that usually you can drive down here the 1st of May, meaning that the snow was thawed by the 1st of May, but that definitely wasn't the case. And even now, this is what it looks like here. There's a lot of snow. And here, I think the snow will thaw pretty soon, but it's definitely still snowy here. So first, let's do a temperature check. Outside in the shade we have 15 degrees. Inside in the greenhouse we have 24. So the greenhouse is quite warm today, and I see that I'll have to water some of the things here. This is the spinach and broccoli and dill. So except for quite a few weeds. Oh, and this is, I can remember, sorrel. So I'm very happy that this hasn't been eaten by the mice at all, and it's looking great, I think. And in here things are looking, oh, really dry. Okay, I'll have to give this some water, but the peas are looking great. I'll actually try to see if I can find a spot to plant them. And some Swiss chard here. No growth in the marigold here. There's a little bit happening in here, so I'll just water this. There's a little bit happening here too. I'll just water it and see. And the calendula is doing good. And then these are also not growing. That's a little sad. There's some growth here. And here things are growing. Not the sunflowers, but these were various straw flowers. And they seem to, all of them have at least a few sprouts. So that's great. And my gooseberry bush, I need to find a home for that. And cornflowers sown in the end of April. Zinnia, also sown at the same time. So the zinnia is just barely, I see like a few white sprouts. So they're just barely starting. But the cornflower is consistently growing. And the tulips are looking very green. And here I have some nasturtiums. And I know it looks like some of them have been disturbed by mice, but they need to be watered as well. And then here we have some more edible chrysanthemum and some other flowers. And then here I've sown some more calendula that's just coming up, and this brassica called rapini. I have some plants of that growing inside, but I wanted to see if they will be. I wanted to see if they do well growing out here as well, and compare. And then here I have pak choi, doing great, but I need to water, and Swiss chard. My mixed sowing here is The brassicas are doing pretty good. The peas aren't doing great, but I think maybe they've just not had enough water. So I'll make sure to water everything well now. And then we have the area outside, which is looking a little bit messy. But at least the three main beds are mostly thawed. So this had the Jerusalem artichoke in it, and I dug up the Jerusalem artichoke today, but I wasn't able to find any, or I found some stuff. This stuff here, so, and this certainly, like, some of this I'm pretty sure is Jerusalem artichoke. Or all of it is, but it's not like the typical shape that I'm used to. And a lot of them are just very small. And a lot of the stems that are what I use as markers to find them were chewed off. So I wonder if they may have been eaten by mice. You can see, or something, maybe something other than mice. You can see that they have these holes as well, maybe snails. I don't know. This is new to me. I haven't had this kind of issue before. So I have this. I'll plant it and see if anything grows. But that was a little bit of a disappointment. I was really looking forward to harvesting the Jerusalem artichoke this year. But anyway, then this bed, so I dug through this bed. So that's all ready to be planted or sown. I'll probably put some stuff from the greenhouse here. My perennial bed is unfortunately not thawed yet. And this was where I had cabbage last year. I think I want to try to not dig it, because I covered it quite nicely, so I don't really see any point. So this will be kind of my no-dig spot, I guess. I just went through and picked out some weeds from the top. And here I had, last year I had potatoes and broad beans here. I actually can't remember exactly what I planted. I think this is supposed to be my cabbage bed this year. And here I'm going to be growing flowers this year. That's the plan. And then there I want to grow Jerusalem artichoke and squash. So I think today I'll try to do bury some bokashi compost. My battery is running low, so I'll have to hurry a bit. But yeah, so this is kind of a big issue now. I need to weed it, and then I'll be planting potatoes here. But before I plant potatoes, I'm going to have to remove some of the sticks I put there last year, just to make it a little bit nicer for the potatoes. I've just cleared out some of the dead plants here and here, and so a lot of the alliums seem to be coming up here. I have some chives and this also allium type flower, and here I have various mint plants that are definitely doing well. And then let's go to the... This is also kind of a mess, I'll deal with that at some point. And the herbs are doing well. Here we have some nice rhubarb. This is coming up just a bit slower. This is the red champagne type. And the ramson is doing amazing. That's really cool. And here I have more rhubarb plants, and they're all, I see a whole bunch coming up, so that's really nice. Maybe I'll be able to harvest this year. Are there any frogs? No frogs. The battery ran out yesterday, and then I forgot my jacket here with my wallet and my house key, so I had to come back today. So I thought I might as well just film a few more things before we end this vlog. So after I finished, or had to finish filming yesterday, I started digging through this big bed here. The issue is that when I made it last year, I put lots of sticks in the bottom of it, to just kind of fill it up. The sticks decompose really slowly, and because I didn't put down any kind of newspaper or cardboard between the grass and the sticks and then the dirt on top of that again, a lot of weeds have been coming through. So, and the sticks just make it really hard to dig. So now I'm removing the sticks, which also helps me just dig through it all. So this is how it looks so far. This is what I've dug through, and I'm leaving like small sticks and stuff like that. I think it's just, it doesn't matter at all. So that's looking really good. And apart from all the big sticks, which these are the sticks I've taken out so far, the dirt itself is actually looking pretty good. It's mostly just decomposed turf, sort of turned upside down, as well as some seaweed, and I think I put some bokashi compost there, and grass cuttings. So it's looking really dark and quite nice. So I think it'll be pretty good as soon as I get all the weeds and sticks out. So this is what I dug through, and then this is what I haven't dug through yet. So you can see there are a lot of these things here. I have a lot of it. Yeah. So I'm just going to dig through the rest of this, remove all the sticks and remove all the weeds. This is the perfect time of year to do this because it's really easy to just, as soon as I loosen the dirt, I can just pull them out like this. And then I don't know where I'll put, I think I'll just let them dry until they're dead. And then I also took this snap peas that I had grown in the greenhouse, and I planted a few of them out here and a few of them in the greenhouse. So what I'm planning to do here, I'm changing my plans a little bit. Originally I wanted to have the Jerusalem artichoke in this bed again, but because it didn't go so well this year, I'm going to move it just in case there's something wrong there. I don't know what. I don't think there are any like illnesses or anything like that, so I don't really think it matters, but it's more a practical issue. If I see any kind of Jerusalem artichoke thing coming up here, then I know that that's not something I've planted, then that's something I can weed, whereas if it's coming up here, then I know that it's something I've planted. So I haven't planted them yet. I thought I would plant some in between the peas, so the peas can use them as growing support. But I only have a small area of peas here. So then I'll have like the Jerusalem artichoke on this side of the bed because that's the north side. So I actually bought some, I'm going to pick up some Jerusalem artichokes today to plant out here, since I didn't get enough myself to plant. So I bought 20, so I think like 4 rows of 5. I think that'll be good. So that'll probably take up like up to here, and then I have all of this space for other things. So that means that this bed will be brassicas. So I'll make sure to bury some bokashi compost here, because the brassicas need a lot of fertilizer. So that's the garden in early May 2023. Thank you for joining me this far, and I'll see you later in May.